So, this episode, we're gonna do some midwinter maintenance. So, like me, many of you might be driving with stupid drivers in the winter. You might end up with things like this on your car in the winter. It's not supposed to look like that. Want to know the culprit? Right there. Man, it didn't do anything. Nothing. It just knocked the snow off of it. 3rd gen legacy for the win. Now I gotta fix this. Luckily, it's not really that cold today. Like 15 degrees. If something like this happens to you, all you have to do to make sure that this goes back to normal, since the paint on this isn't ruined, run and get a heat gun if you don't already have one. These are extremely useful, by the way. Tons of different uses for heat guns.
Making some nachos.
Thousands of tools at incredible prices. Harbor Freight, America's favorite tool store.
And Harbor Freight routinely has their heat gun on sale for like $8.99. There's coupons all the time. Turn it up to 11.
Little surge of energy. He's sucking it up. Page has got the diamond cutter. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I can't believe it. Nobody's ever kicked out of that.
Ta-da! Pretty rad. You don't even have to get underneath and bash it. There's a couple really tiny cracks in the paint. You can feel it more than you can see it now. But if I would have just bashed this out, it totally would have cracked the paint off like this. It wants to be in the shape that it was formed in. If you heat it back up, it will fix itself. So there's one issue down. Other midwinter issues, this thing being here in the first place. It has like 10 inches of snow on it because it doesn't move. It doesn't start. I was having issues with it starting before. Not the same thing. It doesn't even crank. On a warmer day, I'm gonna go ahead and test the battery. See if it just needs charged or if the battery is dead. Probably a dead battery. So I already went ahead and bought a new one. So we're here on a very balmy 40-degree Midwest day, and it's kind of hot. It's been like -10 for the last 2 months. So let's see if it'll actually start for me. No start. Like I said, I'm almost positive it's the battery. To test the battery, I'm using a battery tester. This one is one from TOPDON or TOPDON. TOPDON. Oh. Anyway, it's the RT Battery 101. I used one of these, a professional one, when I worked at a shop. And this one is way tinier. Hopefully it'll give us some good information. So we just connect it up. That's kind of stupid. Alligator clips are too small to fit over this older style. You can find these things on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. Is that telling me the volts? Is that 11.74 volts? I don't know. Yeah, I want English. In vehicle. Before charge. It's a regular flooded battery. Select input, cold cranking amps. Just kind of shoving that out of the way. The top one is cold cranking amps. CCA. The bottom one is cranking amps. Cold cranking amps is at 550. Cranking amps is 690. So when this battery's cold, it should have 550 cranking amps. So below zero, kind of a cold. We go up to 550. Cold cranking amps. Testing it. I'm only at 11.7 volts and I'm at 350 cranking amps. So it's a good battery still, it needs recharged, is what it's saying. Cranking test, start the engine. Well, the engine doesn't start. Yeah, so that's not going to work because it doesn't start. So this battery tester can also test the charging system. So it'll test the alternator and make sure that it's functioning as it should. I ran it. It said it was charging high. Didn't make sense to me. So I did the whole test over again. And this time it came up saying my battery was bad and my charging system was good. So the best way to really test a battery, if you're going to use one of these battery testers, is to take the battery, put it on a charger for a couple hours, throw the tester back on it. Basically, it puts a load on the battery and it sees how fast it can recover. And with that data, it'll tell you if the battery's good or not. All the symptoms of this one pointed to a dead battery. So I'm going to go ahead and put that new battery in that I already bought. Last thing I'm going to do for my midwinter prep is make sure my tires are aired up and that there's no snow stuck in between your rim and your brakes, because it'll make it sound really bad and it'll make it real wobbly in your steering wheel. Oh, that one has it. So chances are, if you live somewhere where it snows a lot, you're gonna have some of these handy. These are super handy at getting snow out from your wheels. Got a nice curve to it, and it just kind of goes right in and scrapes the snow off your wheels. You might be wondering how you get snow packed into the inside of your rim. Here's how. Here you can see I was just plowing the whole way because the snow was so deep. Jeez, that's crazy. Never been in such deep snow in my life. Now I just have to clear out all the snow out of my spokes. So when you're done having fun in the snow and testing the roads, make sure you grab a hockey puck, hockey stick, and get that stuff out of there. The one thing you do want to be careful, you are able to bend the backing plates of your brakes if you're too aggressive. And the backing plates can get bent up against the rotor, and then it'll sound bad when you're driving. It'll just scratch it. Dirt cheap, top tip. So that's going to be it for my midwinter checks. Other things you want to do is just make sure you got oil in your car, make sure your tires are aired up, make sure you have windshield washer fluid. You don't want to get stranded anywhere in the cold. Take a day when it's warm or a day when you get to park in the garage. Just make sure your fluids are up to where they should be. You'll be safer. You'll be able to help people out. And if you drive a Subaru, you probably won't get stuck. If you drive a Subaru, you probably love the snow. I know tons of people who drive Subarus and they love the snow. Here's one of them. Wait, before we get on to that, episodes aren't going to be released every week. I'll still keep my Tuesday release day, but I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to upload every Tuesday. I'm trying to make better content that's more fun to watch. So I'm going to slow down my uploads, take more time, make sure the builds are cool, make sure the content in each episode is good and watchable. I'm really just doing it for you. Back to the action.